Hello friends, welcome back to this channel. In this session, I'm going to talk about what is the difference between Ansible and Terraform, or how Ansible and Terraform differ in the context of cloud. So without any further ado, let's start the session. So, as you all know, the first thing that you want to remember whenever you hear about Ansible is it's a confirmation management tool. So the way Ansible started is to solve a simple problem, where, if you want to configure many servers in the data center, right? If you have thousands of servers or hundreds of servers, and you want to install the software, or manage the software, or patch the servers. So they wanted to solve this problem of managing those many servers using a simple tool, and that's how Ansible was created. So Ansible fits very well in the traditional automation, or the configuration management, or like deploying the software or deploying the applications. And Ansible is also more procedural, and, if you look in this diagram, let's say if the servers are constant, meaning if there are servers that are existing there without scaling in or scaling out, in those cases it's very good in managing those servers. Now, in the case of Terraform, it is more useful for creating your infrastructure. So it helps you to provision the infrastructure. And more often when we hear about Terraform, people use it instead of a CloudFormation in AWS, or a deployment manager in GCP because this tool is similar to those tools to provision the whole infrastructure, and it maintains the state of the infrastructure. Now for example, if you want to create a Kubernetes cluster, if you want to create a project and then provision VPCs and networks and everything, it's more declarative when compared to Ansible. So that's why Terraform obviously is more useful for provisioning your infrastructure. Now, if you were asked to interview which tool to use in the case of provisioning infrastructure, and if they give you two examples of Ansible or Terraform, then you would obviously say that Terraform would be much better in provisioning infrastructure. Now, let's see some scenario to understand this topic. So this is the first scenario we have. So let's say we want to create this simple infrastructure in AWS Cloud or in GCP, where you have a load balancer and you have target groups. Now target groups are more for AWS. So you have a load balancer and you have a target group, and you have multiple EC2 instances. One thing to note here is that this is not using auto-scaling, meaning the set of the EC2 instances are constant. Now how companies create this whole infrastructure using Terraform? So basically, companies would use Terraform to create ALB, to create target groups, and to create EC2 instances. This whole infrastructure on AWS or GCP is created using Terraform. But they're going to use Ansible to deploy the software on these EC2 instances. So that way you're going to use both Terraform to create the infrastructure, and Ansible to install the software. So now, let's see the second scenario. So in the second scenario, which is a common scenario and more complex scenario, where you have to create a DNS route 53, and you have to create an ALB, and you have to create a launch configuration. And obviously in the launch configuration, you want to mention how many EC2 instances. Minimum you want to have like 2 or whatever the minimum number of instances you're going to start with, and the max instances. So min and max is commonly used whenever you're going to scale your instances, scale in and scale out based on the load. Now if you take this example, you want to use Terraform to create the entire infrastructure right from Route 53, to launch configuration, to ALB, to RDS, and all those things. Now whenever you're trying to create an auto-scalable architecture or infrastructure, you have to bake in your AMI, right? So your software is already baked in as part of your AMI. So in this scenario, it is very complex to use Ansible to install the software because you have a set of minimum instances to start with and then they scale out based on the load. It might go to 200 or 300 based on the load. So it's very dynamic in nature. Now in this sort of scenario, you cannot use Ansible to install software whenever the instance scales out, and that becomes very complex. You cannot use Ansible to go into that instance, even by using the dynamic inventory and install the software in that instance. So it's not suitable for that. So rather than that, you would bake in your actual application inside an image, and then you would use that image to scale out. So that's why in this example, Ansible will not be of much use to install the software in a scalable environment. But there are many companies who use Ansible to create that image at first place. So I hope, by now, you got two very good examples that companies use both Ansible and Terraform together. Now whenever you are asked in an interview, you can confidently answer this, right? So guys, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I will see you in the next lecture. If you have any question or any doubt, feel free to ask in the comment section below. I will answer you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye and have a nice day.